this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So this is a results roundup of all of the major leagues, not the Premier League, because I do that in a video all by itself, for the weekend just gone. We're going to take a look at the Spanish League, Italian League, German, Dutch, French, Spanish, Danish, Swedish, Irish, Northern Irish, Welsh, the American, Mexican and Canadian leagues, and it's going to be a relaxing one. That's why it's an ASMR video, that's why I'm whispering. So sit back, chill out, you don't even have to watch the screen, and maybe even drift off to sleep. But I'm going to go through all these results and give you my opinions on them as well, so I hope you find the video relaxing or just fun to watch. Okay, so we're going to start with the Spanish Premier Liga, La Liga. Real Madrid still top, Barcelona 1 point behind, Real Betis sneaking up into 4th place with an excellent result this week, Athletic Club 2 back up into the European spots at number 6, Sevilla still struggling and down in 18th. The exact results were as follows: Mallorca 1-1 with Espanyol on Friday night. And then Almeria beating Celta Vigo 3-1. Cádiz having a crazy match with Atlético Madrid, where they scored in the first minute with Bongonda. Fernandez made it 2-0 on the 81st minute. João Felix scored in the 85th and 89th minute to make it 2-2. And then Sobrino scored in the 99th minute to win it for the side that's in the relegation zone against Atlético Madrid, who were 3rd. Sevilla lost at home to Rayo Vallecano. Valencia lost at home to Barcelona and a 93rd minute goal from Lewandowski. Osasuna beat Valladolid 2-0. Real Madrid could only draw 1-1 with a Girona side that is just above the relegation spots. Goals for Vinicius Jr. and a penalty from Stuani. And then Real Sociedad losing that key game at home to Real Betis, who leapfrogged them into 4th spot and the Champions League places. Goals from Cruz and Iglesias late in the game. Really, really important result. Getafe beating Elche in Elche 1-1. And that was all from La Liga. Serie A. In Italy, Napoli still top. Atalanta still 2nd. Roma now sneaking up into the Champions League spots. And Inter climbing back up the table with Juve. Udinese dropping, Sassuolo dropping, and Sampdoria and Hellas Verona still in the relegation zones. Okay, the results were as follows. Napoli beating Sassuolo with an Osimhen hat-trick and a goal from Kvara. Juve beating Lecce away from home by a goal from Fagioli, and Inter winning against relegation-threatened Sampdoria 3-0. Goals from De Vrij, Barella and Correa. Empoli lost at home 2-0 to Atalanta with goals from Hateboer and Ademola Lookman, who's scoring for fun at the minute. Cremonese bottom of the table drew with Udinese 0-0. It's not a good result for Udinese, who were in the Champions League spots a couple of matches ago. Spezia losing at home to Fiorentina 2-1. Goals from Milenkovic and Cabral for Fiorentina. Lazio surprisingly losing at home in the Stadio Olimpico 3-1 to Salernitana. Goals from Candreva, Fazio and Dia for the away side. Another shocking result. Torino winning at home to Milan. Goals from Gigi and Miranchuk. And Roma winning against Verona away from home 3-1 with goals from Zaniolo, Volpato and Sharawi. Lastly, Bologna winning 2-1 away with goals from Ferguson and my favourite Orsolini. Okay, so that is Serie A. Let's go to Germany then. And the Bundesliga. Union Berlin still clinging on to that top spot, but Bayern Munich are hunting them down. Freiburg still in third, but Dortmund now moving up into the Champions League spots after having a slow start. Schalke still bottom, Leverkusen still in that playoff spot for relegation in 16th place. And the results of the weekend were: on Friday, Werder Bremen beat Hertha Berlin 1-0. Bayern München destroyed another team 6-2 this time against Mainz. Goals from Gnabry, Musiala, Mane, Goretzka, Tell, and another one from Choupo-Moting. I just watched his goal in the Champions League tonight and it was amazing. What form is he in? RB Leipzig beat Leverkusen 2-0. Goals there from Nkunku and Werner. Stuttgart beating Augsburg 2-1. Wolfsburg beating Bochum 4-0. Frankfurt losing at home to Dortmund. Goals from Julian Brandt and Jude Bellingham, who's in hot form at the moment ahead of the World Cup. And Union Berlin, top of the table, beating Mönchengladbach thanks to a 97th minute winner from Duki. Schalke losing at home, but this time to third place Freiburg 2-0, and Köln drawing at home to Hoffenheim 1-all. Okay, let's pop over to the Netherlands. Ajax still top, but it's really tight. Eindhoven just a point away, and Alkmaar in third, just another point behind, so only 2 points from the top. Down the bottom, Volendam, Amen and Cambuur. So the results of the weekend were: Heerenveen losing at home to Utrecht 2-1. Sparta Rotterdam beating Fortuna Sittard 3-1. The Go Ahead Eagles beating Excelsior 3-1. Emen drawing 0-0 at home with Groningen. FC Twente winning 3-0 at home to Waalwijk. Goals from Stein, who scored twice, and another from Van Volkswinkel. And PSV Eindhoven beating Nijmegen 3-0 with goals from El Ghazi, De Jong and Madueke. And Alkmaar winning 2-1, goals from Odegaard and Reinders. Okay. Did Ajax not play then? Interesting. Okay, so Ligue 1. Nous allons en France. So Lens are in second place with 30 points, 5 behind leaders PSG. And Rennes, very entertaining football teams, Lens and Rennes. Rennes is in third space, so that's the Champions League playoff. They'll be hoping to try and get into a Champions League after performing so well in the Europa League this season. Down the bottom, 4 relegation spots: Angers, Ajaccio, Brest and Strasbourg. So the games are as follows. Lens winning 3-0 against Toulouse with a hat-trick from Openda. Paris Saint-Germain just actually winning at home 4-3, entertaining match against Troyes with goals from Soler, Messi, Neymar and Mbappe. And Marseille only drawing 2 all the way with Strasbourg. Goals from Dieng and Caboret, cancelling out the home teams Motiba and Gameiro. On the Sunday, Auxerre beating Ajaccio 1-0. Brest drawing 0-0 with Reims. Monaco beating Angers 2-0. Nantes drawing with Clermont-Foot 1-0. Rennes scoring 3 against Montpellier to win 3-0. Another goal this season from Terrier, another from Gouiri, and one from Kalimuendo Muinga. And Nice had a much desired win after a slow start. 2-1 away to Lorient. Goals from Attal, the right back, and Laborde. And Lyon with a goal from Arsenal, former Arsenal player Lacazette. 1-0 winners against Lille. Both teams are sort of struggling mid-table. Okay, that's France. Scotland then. Celtic in first spot still, Rangers 4 points behind in second, Hibs in third, Aberdeen fourth, St Mirren fifth and Hearts sixth. Down the bottom we've got Dundee United and Ross County. Results this weekend were Hibs lost at home 2-1 to St Johnstone on Friday. Celtic, big game, beat Hearts 4-3 away from home. Goals from Shankland. He scored a hat-trick, in fact, including 2 penalties. But Celtic scored 4 goals from Forrest, Giacomakis, Maeda and Taylor. Keighley won at home 1-0 to Ross County. Motherwell lost at home to Aberdeen 2-1. Rangers could only muster a draw against Livingston, and an equaliser came in the 91st minute for Lundstrom, cancelling out Noble's earlier goal in the 4th minute for Livingston. And St Mirren beating Dundee 2-1. Oh, was that last week? Oh, silly me. Oh well, you get 2 outs. Dundee United losing at home to Motherwell 1-0. Hibs winning 3-0 away. Rangers winning 4-1 to Aberdeen at home. Goals from Cholak, Lundstrom, Tavernier and Morelos. Nice to see him back on the goal scoring charts. St Johnstone won 1-0. Celtic won 3-0 away to Livingston. Goals from Furuhashi, Taylor and Jota. And Hearts 1-2 away at Ross County with goals from Shankland and Halliday. Okay, let's move on to Denmark. Nordsjælland still top, Viborg second, Randers third. Down the bottom are Aalborg and Lyngby. And there's results. So, on Friday, Nordsjælland, the leaders, beat Horsens 2-0. Goals from Diomand and Schjelderup. Copenhagen won against Randers 2-0. Ligue and Derami with the goals for Copenhagen. Lyngby lost 1-0 to Aarhus. Silkeborg actually lost at home to Viborg 2-1. Goals for the away side from Zamburik and Kroot. And Brøndby won 3-2 at home to Aalborg. And Midtjylland lost 2-1 to Odense at home, the away team, with goals from Shebali and Thrandarson. Okay, now moving over to Sweden. So if I'm right, no I'm not, there's one game left. Ooh. So Häcken are uncatchable at the top of the league. They've won the league for the first time in however long. I don't remember how many times they've won the league in the past. Djurgården in second, Hammarby in third. Down the bottom, Helsingborg, Sundsvall, and in the relegation playoff, Varberg. So, results. Oh yeah, there's one game left, look. On Saturday, Degerfors drew with Värnamo. On Sunday, there was 0-0. Sundsvall lost at home to Sirius 2-3. Göteborg lost at home in the derby to Häcken 4-0. 2 got Hammar and 2 from Rygaard. Mjällby lost at home to AIK 2-1. Goals from Ayari and Stefanelli for the away side. Hammarby won at home to Kalmar 4-2. Goals from Ludvigsson, 2 goals from him, Jehaze and Lindahl. And Malmö won 5-2 away from home. 3 goals or a hat-trick for Toivonen, with further goals from Rieks and Turay. And on the Monday, Elfsborg won 3-0 against Helsingborg, and Norrköping lost at home to Djurgården with a goal in the 97th minute from Radetinac. Okay. Then the Irish Premier League Shamrock Rovers, far and away at the top of the table there, and at the bottom Finn Harps. And the results from this weekend: Dundalk beating Bohemian 2-1, Shelbourne beating Drogheda 6-0, Sligo beating St Patrick's Athletic 1-0, Finn Harps losing at home to UCD 3-1, goals from Dingham and Lonergan, 2 from him, 1 of which a penalty. And then Shamrock Rovers winning 1-0 at home to Derry City with a goal from Gaffney. And on to, I thought I can't be talking about all these leagues if I don't talk about my league. So TNS, the New Saints, first in the league. There's a bit of a gap opening up as usual. Connaskey second, Bala third, Carnarvon fourth, Penabond 5th and Cardiff Met 6th. Down the bottom are Airbus UK. Okay, results from this previous weekend. Connaskey beat Newtown 3-1, Aberystwyth beating Flint Town 2-1, goals for the home side from Thorne and a penalty from Flint. Airbus lost 4-0 at home to Pontypridd United, Ballatown drawing with Penabont 1-1, goals from Wall and Georgievski. Cardiff Met lost at home to Carnarvon 3-0, and Haverfordwest lost to TNS at home 3-1. Abruzzese's goal was cancelled by 2 from Probel and 1 from McManus. And that is the Welsh Premier League. Let's move over to North America then. So the MLS. So the MLS has got its final. I don't think anything's changed since last time, but we know now for certain that LA Galaxy, sorry, no they're not, LAFC are in the final against Philadelphia, and that final, it says there in the middle, is in 4 days' time. I noted that Bale didn't play in the match for LAFC, but they won 3-0 at home to Austin, goals from Arango, Urruti and Opoku. And Philly beat New York City FC 3-1, goals from Carranza, Gazdag and Burke, cancelling out, is that Maxi Morales? So yeah, that should be a really good final. So that is going to be announced in next week's video. And then the Liga MX in a similar position. So Club America did not make it to the final. They could only draw with Toluca 1-1. Goals from Cendejas and Nilo. And that means Toluca makes the final. And Pachuca beat Monterrey away 1-0 with a goal in the 95th minute from Hurtado. So again, the final is going to be Toluca Pachuca, and they are going to be on the 27th. Oh, they should have been played now. How interesting. Why hasn't that been updated then? It's the 1st of November today. Can someone write in the box below? Maybe say the fixtures. Oh yeah, look there it says Pachuca hammered Toluca away 5-1. Goal from Ibarra, scored 2. Cabral, Isais and Ibanez. But then they... Oh no, Pachuca won 3-1 at home then. So Guzman, Ibanez and Cabral cancelling out Lopez's goal. So Pachuca, with a difference of 8-2, are winners of the Liga MX. Congratulations, felicitaciones, enhorabuena. And I had to have a look at this one because I did not understand it the first time I looked at it. But this is the end of the fixtures for Canada as well. So we had the playoffs between Atletico, Ottawa and Forge, and in the final, Forge beat Atletico Ottawa 2-0 with goals from Hojab Prur and Chouanière. So they are also champions of Canada. Congratulations to them. Félicitations. Yep, and that's everything. So after next week's MLS match, we'll just focus on Europe. However, if you want me to include your nation's league, give me a shout and I'll add it. Particularly if you want me to include something from South America, I'm happy to do that, or from other parts of Europe or wherever. Okay, take it easy everyone,